I was in the artist panel, and what wowed me was how they were talking about how there's really inspiration everywhere. I think a common problem we reach as artists is kind of like writer's block, but music block, looking for inspiration, and it's really all around you. Sometimes what you actually need to do is just to take a break, to go out, to talk to friends, and like look at the nature, and then yeah, everything's out there.
When I started writing, which wasn't really songwriting, it was just writing poetry, I would take part in these writing circles that happened, and they still actually happen through You Speak Seattle. So like every week, it's just young people coming together, and usually what they'll do is just like, it's a bunch of people that just come through, and then there's a prompt, and the prompt is usually just like one line. It's like, her eyes were fixated on the ceiling, and then it's like, go. And it can seem like kind of daunting, but the more that you allow yourself to take a creative leap and just be like, I'm just gonna figure out how to make this random ass line, I'm going to figure out how to just write on from that, and I'm going to figure out how to even take just eye or ceiling and just go out from there and just kind of like loosen up the boundaries of my brain and of what I'm able to put on the page. The more you practice, it's like a habit. It's like practice. It's like exercise. It's like strengthening a muscle. Being able to take that imaginative leap. And one piece of advice that I got that I love and that I think of all the time is that like the rich, beautiful content of what you'll be able to channel through your music, like it's in the everyday experiences with the conversations that you have, the unsuspecting kind of line that sticks with you, or the way that somebody phrased something that's unusual. Like being able to take conversation, like you don't have to invent the genius like from deep within you and like spill it onto the page. Like it's actually more about capturing what's happening in your realm and what's happening in your conversations and what's happening in your world, and figuring out how to channel that into your work. And I think that like a lot of writer's block comes with that uncertainty, like how can I create something in the world of music where millions upon millions of songs have already been written? How can I create something that really matters? And I think for me, I really start with like, how can I just take a bold leap between what I experience and what I hear in my everyday life, and just leap that forward into something that can last far beyond that moment. And I think more about the way that I can be a bridge towards like today into like a more lasting experience than trying to like unearth the genius within me, because that's like a really daunting task to like hack into that and bring it to light.
And then I think the other thing that's really important as an artist is sometimes it's okay to take a break. It's okay to like step away from the studio or from the microphone or your instrument and take time to just reflect and go back to why is it that you're doing this? What is it that you want to express as an artist? And what do I want my audience to feel? How do I want to inspire my audience? You know, I think those types of questions, when you take your break, will give you a freshness or renew you, so that when you do go back to practicing and performing again, you can come with a different approach and a different objective.